Hi everyone, Gigi Santoro, Santoro & Sons Real Estate Group, and today I am here to talk to you about a topic that I think many people struggle with, and that's selecting the correct paint color for your house. You know, we get these big paint decks, or we go to Dunn Edwards or Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever we go, and we see tons and tons of different paint samples, and it's really hard to determine, looking at that all of that color palette, which one we really want to home in on. So today I want to show you a technique, two things that I do at home to make it easier for me. And the first one is, here are a couple of paint chip samples that I got from Dunn Edwards in a family of color that I kind of like to use. So, but I don't know which exactly one I want. And when I look at this, I see a lot of color, but in the family I'm interested in, so I like them all because they each kind of play off of one another as they're designed to do. But as an individual color, I may not like them, but I don't know how with my eye to isolate the color. Same thing with this pretty purplish color here too. I can't really isolate the color with my eye, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing you do is you get a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, okay, fold it up into fours like this. Take a scissor, cut the tip of the edge off there, open it up, and you have this diamond shape, okay? And that is what we're going to utilize to isolate the color. So then you take the diamond shape pattern and you set it down on top of the actual color that you're interested in. And you're going to see by doing that, that is a lighter lavender than maybe you want. Maybe it's a little too pink for you. You take it to the next color and you're like, wow, that's like, maybe I need something slightly lighter, and you go to the third color, or darker, I'm sorry, you go to the third color and there's the dark color that you were looking for, but in its paint chip status like this, you don't really think that maybe is the color you want because your eye is blending all three colors together. So it's a very interesting concept. So try this when you go next time to select a paint. Just take a piece of paper, cut it before you go, fold it up, put it in your purse, take it in, or your pocket, take it into the store, and you will have a much different experience, okay? After isolating the colors, these are the ones we've chosen. So I went to my favorite paint store, which is Dunn Edwards, and I got these, which are samples, okay? You do not need to buy a huge gallon of paint. It's not necessary, it's expensive, and who knows, you may not even like this when you get it home. What I do is I make my painter paint this on about this size on several different walls in the rooms that I'm going to want to have this painted. And I do that because certain times of the day the light is different. Sometimes at night it's different. You don't want a room that you can't be in at night. You love it during the day but you hate it at night. You don't want that kind of a situation. So you want to give yourself a chance to see this paint in many different times of the day. Okay, so I'm going to take this off and I'm going to show you my other trick. So you've decided to choose some designer colors, but you need to match drapes and bedding for your bedroom, let's say, or carpets or rugs, whatever. But you can't take these samples with you because it's impossible. And these little chips, that's not the right color exactly because it didn't, appear on your wall that color, or you don't want to get mixed up with these other two. So what you do is you ask for these free paint stir, and you get these small containers of paint after you've already put them on the wall, and these are the colors you've selected. You get a foam brush, which is, hardly any money at all. And what you're going to do is you're going to paint the bottom. Okay. Then you're going to set this down for 1 second, and you're going to open up the other one. And you're going to take your fresh brush, dip it into this paint, and you're going to paint, leave a little space, and you're going to paint yourself another color, which is the color that is possibly your trim color in your room, or whatever the color is that you've chosen. Generally, when you paint, you have three colors. You have a wall color, a trim color, and a ceiling color. Okay, that's generally what you need when you're painting. So here is paint number 2, right like this. You kind of see where I'm going with this. And then the last one, this particular situation, they didn't have a container the size, so I had to they just gave me this larger container for free. And then the third one is you paint here, the third color. Now, isn't that interesting? They look like they're all the same when you see them in this light, but when they dry, these two colors are very different from one another, and they will look different on the wall. Okay, you'll need to do 2 coats so that you get a full coverage. And then you take this paint stick with you everywhere you go. Okay, you take this paint stick with you everywhere you go, and you make the point to write on the back of the paint stick the color of each one of these, because in 5 years these paints are going to be dried up. But you might need to touch up a wall, or you might need to do something else, and you've forgotten what color this is. And this is actually the lid of this paint. This color actually says on it, on the back side, Cool Frost. But I wouldn't know that, right? I wouldn't remember Cool Frost. Who knows? I might have 2 other rooms with paint colors on them. So this is what you do. And you can, and I take and do 2. I have one at home that stays in the garage. I put a little hole in the top and I hang it in my garage, so I always remember what the wall colors are in the house, which room and everything else. And then I have one that I leave in my car, or not car, but like I have a space where I know I'm going to take it when I go somewhere. This is what I take with me. And I say, well, I need to get a rug that matches this color. So I bring it with me and I don't have to stress about it. That's what designers do too. So after we isolated the colors, chose our colors, got our paint samples, and put them on the wall, we also made sure to show you what it looks like with the paint chip next to the actual color that was applied to the paint stick. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? So I hope you enjoy your painting. I hope you have a great experience. Don't panic. It's not difficult. You know what? Listen, it's just paint. You don't like the color? Paint it again. It's no big deal. I enjoy flat on the walls. I know a lot of families don't like that, but I enjoy the flat walls, flat ceiling, and a semi-gloss trim. Okay, so if you ever need any help picking your paint out, give me a call. I'd love to look at paint samples. And if you ever need to buy or sell a house, I'm your girl. Give us a call. This market is very aggressive and you need some good help. Have a great week.